Brother Hatim, you late as hell. Yes, I am. Let me send out the black signal. I want the audio transcript. Let's go. Alright, cool. So family. I want to welcome you to the last toast of the year. The black signal has went out. Hopefully some of y'all will be able to get up in here. I know it's been a relaxing day. I woke up this morning. I mean, it's a long story. I woke up early, then I went back to sleep, woke up again early, got up, took a long bath, got up, ironed my shirt, got ready to do my show, got on the phone. So fuck it, I'm going back to take another nap. Went back, took a nap. Lo and behold, what time is it now? Somebody please tell me what time is it now. You know what I'm saying? It's late. Obviously, it's late, and I'm cool with that. But we gonna do our last toast because, like I said, we try to make sure that we're able to do this on a daily basis because I want to make sure the family know that, we stay loyal on the shit we supposed to stay loyal on. So sometime we may be late, but always realize that we are in process and we are coming. I am not playing with this because this is a very important part of my day. And hopefully for some of y'all developing a ritual, whether y'all doing it with me or without me, you are recognizing those personal ancestors. And that is a powerful thing within itself because it plugs you into something bigger than yourself, which means that you have a higher responsibility than you may have thought or even knew that you had. You know what I'm saying? And if you got that because you've been rocking with Gye-Nyame journey, you know what I'm saying? I have done my job. Right now, once again, I am experimenting with the text piece where it takes down the words that I'm saying and even captures some of the stuff that some of the callers say because I'm experimenting with this as far as putting together my next book. So, because we're moving into a whole new time where a book can be audio as well as with words and stuff like that. So why the fuck not jump on that because we're moving into something new, right? And a lot of people can't necessarily get their thoughts together to write everything that they want to write, right? So why not use the tools that are here to help us get our wealth out? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean your wealth out, Brother Hatim? A lot of y'all might be sitting around because you can't pen that book, but you have a brilliant idea and you don't necessarily want to share that idea with anybody else. Why not find the tools? Or because there's tools out there where you could go in and basically talk your book, right? Because I got a lot of good stuff that I just let go because I forgot about it, or I'm freestyling and it comes out. So I want to be able to go back and retrieve the transcripts and put something together from the different discussions that we have. And some of y'all call in here with some brilliant ideas. And I'm like, yo, shit, either I'm going to expand on them or you going to expand on them. Because this is true wisdom mining at its best. So tonight, it depends on what direction y'all want to take the show. We can do the show. Of course, we're going to do the toast. But after the toast, the direction depends on y'all and the call. So those that want to just have conversation, the lines will be open. I will open the lines after we get done with the toast. But those of you that might want to do like we still got, because tonight is actually Folk Tales for Grown Folks. I got the folktale book that we could go through, and break that down and get back into the rhythm, or we could take the conversation where y'all want to take it. In Kwanzaa today, Habari, Gani, for those out there, hopefully those that are out there, you know the proper response. If you don't, let me help you. It's Kuumba, right? It's Kuumba. So we are on the day of creativity. So, we could talk about that. We could talk about some of the stuff in the news. We could do, chop it up, because some of y'all about to go on and possibly drink it up. You know what I'm saying? Drink up the year. Go out to the new year drunk. That's your choice. That's how you rock. If you enjoy it, I love it. Right? So the piece is, boom. what are some of the accomplishments that you had in the year? Is it something that you want to leave from this year that you want to share on this show? Is there some information that you want to share on this show? Because the show is our show. Now, I've been blessed to host it. I'm able to sit here, and some of y'all have really been supporting. I want to thank those that have been getting the gear. Oh my God, we got socks today, so I want to thank those that's been getting the gear. We got shoes, you know what I'm saying? We got the sweatshirts. Here's a Daily Toast, a green sweatshirt that I needed for the Daily Toast because my green shirt is looking kind of messed up. I got it off the site. And every purchase that you make supports the journey, supports what we're doing. Because, of course, I throw money back into the camping trips and to other things, As you see, I got the Daily Toaster. So for us in the Daily Toaster, although on Kwanzaa is Kuumba for us that are part of the Gye-Nyame tribe, you know what I'm saying? The family and extended family. Today for us is Kujichagulia, right? Kujichagulia, boom. My day, that's my day, right? So we're going to run through all that. We're going to run through our paces, and we're going to do our toast. So I think we are shared out on everything. Those that may be joining us, let us know who it is. I want to thank those that took the time to share, because I was on Facebook for a second. I seen y'all liking, I seen y'all sharing, and I really, really appreciate all the support, because that's support too. Subscribing, we jumped up like 50 subscribers in the last 4 days. I want to thank all those people that are subscribing or liking the Facebook channel. But those of you that want to take the relationship farther, go to gnjmedia.live. Why? Because that's where the contest happened. I was going to throw a contest today, but those that got the email from me, I was going to throw a contest today. But if I found out that Streamlabs appears to have fucked me. Of course y'all know. I let y'all know that I'll do X-rated show. It ain't even X-rated, R-rated show. Streamlabs raped me, right? I bought 2 articles that were supposed to go out, and when I go to start the competition, they say you must buy the article. So I guess if I buy an article and I don't give it away within that contest, they don't send it out. Money's just floating out. I know it ain't floating in my pockets and shit, and I can't afford that shit. So I got to figure out how to do these contests, and I'm going to do that. I think this year what I'm going to have to do is I am going to either have to get my computer updated, fixed or whatever, or get me another computer so that I can, at the same time that I'm streaming, I can also use the board that I only could use on an actual computer. I can't actually use it on a Chromebook as of yet. That's the little bit of computer talk that I know. So Chromebook is a little bit different than a computer. Although I could stream and all that stuff through my Chromebook and manage a lot of the stuff, some applications only work directly with computers. And OBS, which is a system that Streamlabs use, only works through a computer until I figure out possibly how to do, because I've been finding shortcuts around stuff. But I'm gonna open up the lines. But first, y'all know we gotta do the last song of the year. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take that breath, fam. Down. Grab your glass, put some water. Get your picture of that water. Mind the copper. Get that picture of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, live, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Almost forgot. Move your body and drink some water. Oh! Move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Come on. Drink, 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 drink. Come on, move that spine. Oh! What should I say? Move, move, then drink. Oh, that feels better. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then. But take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. To stay healthy, remember the 4 pillars, family. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Oh, oh. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Look. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Let me get a little bit more. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink your water, family. Listen. It's very important, especially those of you that's going out. I know some of y'all getting ready because y'all about to do the New Year's festivities. Get you some water, family. Water up before you go out. You know what I'm saying? Put something on your stomach because I don't want any of y'all to hurt yourselves because some of y'all are not as young as you used to be. What's up, baby? Some of y'all are not as young as you used to be, so I want to make sure, and some of y'all are very young, so but still, put some water on you so you can help your body get ready for what's coming tonight, right? So we having our toast late night, so there's no need to stall. I'm gonna drink the rest of this water. My ambrosia will be ready by this weekend. I got this tea. This is tea from the ambrosia. So we're going to move that right there. All right. So first off, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass. We salute our ancestors. We salute our Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. Stop all arguments, right? We raise our glass. And we salute that Creator by whatever name you choose. And we say, Ashe, bringing that Creator into us. Even though we know the Creator is always around us and always with us, is another thing to become conscious of it. I want you to become conscious of the energies that's flowing around us. So now, from there, family, we move to our list of our ancestors. Moving to our ancestors. So let's go for the last time in 2019. the last time in 2019. We're going to toast those ancestors. So we raise the glass first, and then we go through the names. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Pendergast, Aunt Lean, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Albert Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman L, Normal X, Pat Mount Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Broford, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Gail Pulley and the Luster Brothers. Hold on. The Luxor brother, Miss Edith Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Tridge, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend Jane Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mitchell Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sale Well, Levita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Pritchard Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Kitchener Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Real Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton. Sasha, what are you doing in there? Why don't you call your brother to help you? Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Haley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Matt Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brendan Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delimon Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Elise Waters, DePretis Hines, Anna's Bostic, Anna Bostic, Anna Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Justin Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Pat Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymie Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Robert Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Emania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Everett McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. From there, we move to the Black Book. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, the brother Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr.,
What is it?
Damian Top, Westina Banks,
Daddy, what
Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, it's a bomb!
Oh.
Don't open it! I'm just joking, it's a coffee cup. Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Real Life here, Gye-Nyame Journey, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Charlie Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Gorey, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Zin Transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gatt, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Margaret III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Desandra, Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alalti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T-Lar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Abby Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, and Sylvester Foster. Sylvester Foster. So we salute all of our ancestors and we raise our glass and we salute those ancestors with a mighty and powerful ashe. From there, family, we raise up our glass. And you know where we go? We go from here. We go straight into the present moment. We move from the past, our ancestors. We're moving right here to now. So our ancestors left us space and time, right? They left us space and time. Those were the resources that they were able to leave us. And some of us, we received some actual physical resources from our ancestors. But even if they didn't leave you anything physically, they fought for your space and time. Now, the question that we all have to wrestle with from 2019 moving into 2020, what are we doing with the time, with the moments that our ancestors have blessed us for? Have blessed us with. What are you doing with it? What have you done with it over the last year, over the last 365 and a quarter days? It's the question, right? So right now, we want to recognize the power of this moment and the power we hold in this moment, because in this moment, we can make the changes in our lives that will ripple out from us and spread throughout our family and into our tribes and into our communities, right? We can produce a vibe of power, or we could produce a vibe of defeat. We could produce a vibe of depression, right? We have this choice. We have this choice. Well, we can produce the vibe. It's all about how we think. It's all about how we use these moments that we have. Because every moment builds up into something, family. And what are you building up into? Right? So taking and recognizing the power of this moment. And in this moment, on this day, it's Kujichagulia. I can't tell you to go and take pictures and stuff and post it up unless you did it already. You can share it with us on Gye-Nyame Journey of Kujichagulia in motion. Activate those reticular formations as you out doing your celebrating, moving from 2019 into 2020. Do you see any examples of Kujichagulia? Right? For those that don't speak the language, Kujichagulia means self-determination. Now, also along with self-determination, with the meiotic principle, we have justice. From justice, we have the color indigo. I got on indigo today. I got the black t-shirt up under. You know, I never envisioned indigo looking like this. I was expecting a deeper, darker blue. You understand? But this is what they say indigo is. I always envisioned indigo as a dark, almost black, bluish type. You know it's blue, but it's just something about I love it. Like a sunset type blue. You know what I'm saying? When the sun is going down and you can see the little blue out in the world. You know what I'm saying? That right before it's dark. But that's me. I'm a dreamer. All right. Also, the Hermetic law that goes along with this day is correspondence. That's that law that states as above, so below, as below, so above. So you can know what's going on in the heavens by learning to manage your life. I mean, really, family, you sit on the seat of power because other beings pray for the moment. We are a species. We are blessed to be able to recognize the moment. Recognize the power of this moment. Realizing that it's fueled from our ancestors. And it's there for us to develop so that we can lay down a foundation for the next generation. So in a sense, the moment belongs to you, but then again, it doesn't belong to you because it's loaned to you by your ancestors, like their moments was loaned to them by their ancestors. And as we grow and become better able to manage these moments as individuals and as families and as tribes and as communities and cities, as we become better able to manage these groups, we are able to extend the amount of space and time that our future generations receive, as well as resources so that they can build their monuments to greatness. All right. So we raise our glass, we salute this moment. And we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From this moment, family, we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Right? We toast our children's children on to infinity. And we say, Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations. We raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, family, this is that selfish toast. What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? And we say, Ashe. Last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, marvelous, and beautiful individual in the room. And that just happens to be you. I toast you and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. She all right. Let me drink. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame drink.
Your hands are cold.
It wrote Gye-Nyame joint. All right. You want to go somewhere to eat? Take the kids?
No.
I mean, that pizza place. I'm tired.
Me and Mommy like.
Okay, well, you don't. All right, cool. We just stay here. All right, but anyway. Order pizza.
Mommy.
I mean, I could.
You said pizza place. What did you say?
The one pizza place we like, not the expensive one.
Mommy.
What is it? What they got the hound dog. From wonderful words of power and encouragement during this final toast of 20 hours. Many thanks to you, Brother Hatim, Gye-Nyame, for all you do. And I'm trying, family. I'm trying, and that's all I could do. I put it out there now. As far as Kwanzaa, going to the Kwanzaa piece, we raised. My goal was 1,300. I think we raised 1,420, right, to help pay. Because like I said, a lot of people don't understand because we had questions like, what y'all raising funds for? To pay for Kwanzaa. Like, what? It ain't, I thought it was free. As they walk through the building and see all the lights and walk, you know what I'm saying, family? Nothing like I said, the time and the space have been laid out for us. The resources are not there. So for a lot of these community events, we have to focus on the fundraising. In many cases, we depend on the help from the vendors. This is why the vendors are so important. This is why with Gye-Nyame we was trying to do we're trying to incorporate a monthly place where people can come and support our local vendors. Why? Because vendors are one step towards entrepreneurship. Vending is a business. And there are some people that travel around the country and make a living as vendors. It's certain people with customers that make a living basically vending. What we're trying to expose to the community is some services and some actual things that they could buy on a monthly basis that they can go and dedicate and reinvest in our community, because when we support our vendors, we are in a sense helping build the community. When we are supporting our community by donations, because how does the city of Columbus support everything that it does? Somebody tell me.
It's good to forgive people now.
Sister Cynthia say, do they ask pastors what he raising funds for during church service? No. Isn't church free? No, church is not free. And all the people that's really involved with church understand that church is not free. Family, everything requires an expansion, a use of resources. You understand what I'm saying? So everything we do, even because we try to keep it free for the community, because a lot of people don't understand, and it's like you might just be out, you say, oh, they got a Kwanzaa, let's go check it out, and they might get introduced to something that might trigger something in them, that might wake up that ancestral spirit in them, that might put that fire up under them. You know what I'm saying? The city of Columbus does what they do. The state of Ohio does what they do. The county of Franklin that we live in, Franklin County, does what it do. The federal government does what it do by not donations, they call it taxes. Where in our community are we pay taxes to, in a sense, others, right? So others and large groups get to decide what happens with our money until we take over in 2023. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. Right? So we have to go and, in a sense, get donations, or in a sense, a tax for all those true members of our community. Being in Tawi, being in Gye-Nyame, being in your organizations is not a free venture. It's something you decide to be with and something that you decide to support. That support is important, because let me tell you how important it is. Money is a symbol. Money is a symbol. I know, yeah. But give me all the symbols in your pocket, Brother Hatim. No, because the symbol has power. Because the symbol represents something, right? And basically what blood represents, what the symbol of money represents to the community and represents to the city and represents to the county and represents to the state and to the country itself is blood. So what happens to an organism when blood is not flowing? I ain't just saying blood going one way. See, because part of the Kwanzaa piece is that when you come to Kwanzaa and when you come to the market to G&J Mall and you come to these places, what we're trying to do, we're trying to give you experience. So when you come and you spend your money, not only do you get get what you purchase, but you also get some type of experience. This is why we throw the movies. This is why we have conversations. This is why we set up the tables so that you can network. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got a whole bunch of different people coming in so that they can share information with you. We're trying to get you value for your money. We're exchanging value. So you give the symbolic symbol and we return something to you. Sounds fair? Right? But what a lot of people want to do, they want to come and get what we have, but they don't want to, in a sense, invest or pay the cultural tax. Which means that we have to do things haphazardly in many ways. Like, for example, just think about this. We are moving into the first month of a new year tomorrow. What if, and my reach is not at that level yet, but what if we were to get 100 people to adopt Kwanzaa? What do you mean, Brother Hatim? 100 people adopt Kwanzaa and pay $10 a month. Let's say we started in February. Actually, let's say we could start it in March. 100 people pledge $10 a month to Kwanzaa, which means that you could just cash out on that and just pay $100, because that's basically how much it would end up being. $100 from 100 people to adopt Kwanzaa. Then we'd be able to get a bigger venue. We'd be able to rent the whole goddamn building. You know what I'm saying? We'd be able to bring in talent and not only have the talent demonstrate their skill to the community, but also be able to pay the talent. Because I believe that, man, look, the Paragon Project, those young people need to be paid. The dance crew, it would have been nice if we could have gave them a Kwanzaa gift. The ones with the mask that came out with the mask, oh, that was hot. That was hot. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we got an exchange flowing within our community around our cultural stabilizing holidays. You know, because I leave the argument on a national level to other people. I have to build where I'm at. You know why? Because my babies are here.
Hi.
There go one right there. Right? So I have to build where I'm at. And I have to build commerce where I'm at, because a lot of people don't understand that part of culture is commerce. Part of culture is commerce. And a lot of us we don't want to recognize that. We want to believe in some type of illusion. There was no way that Mali, Songhai, Kemet, we got Mali, Songhai, and it's Ghana. No way that those West African kingdoms existed without some form of taxation or some form of people giving to the centers so that other things could be. Let me tell you, like, for example, a major aspect of Mali, Songhai, and Ghana was the trade routes. The king was responsible for protecting the trade routes, and whoever controlled the trade routes basically became the man or the woman in power. When they wanted to destroy those kingdoms, they attacked the trade routes. They diverted a flow of the blood into the country, right? which kind of helped the country start shrinking and then begin the process of dying. So we got to understand that trade has always been part of our culture. Now, what has come now is that we no longer have to trade one large thing for another large thing. We have this symbolic money that people believe in that they can use as a medium of exchange. So you got shea butter. You say it's worth $20. Me and you talk. I'm like, boom, I like your business. I like how your conversation is. Boom, here's $20. Let me buy that shea butter from you. So now I'm able to get the product that I need because I get ashy quick. And that vendor is able to take that money and hopefully reinvest it back into their business or go to somebody else and spend the money. Right? According to some of the theories, our money moves out of our community fast, but once we start developing places where we can spend our money with each other, we'll start slowing that tide down. What happens when we start getting to a point where we start spending a lot of money with each other? Then what's wrong with us being like, hey, we need some place to keep this money safe. Let's go and start with a credit union. What happens when the credit union get too big? Because we got a lot of people participating in that. No. What's wrong with us starting a bank? Hell, more people are using shea butter because they understand that they buy shea butter from these vendors, and these vendors are able to do stuff, and we're able to stand, and we can even cook with it, as Sasha say. And we have been able to, in a sense, have individuals, because individuals are making money off our community, more willing to stand up for the community. They're no longer mercenaries for other people, because what we got right now is we got a culture we're trying to build a culture on top of mercenaries, because everybody else loyalty is somewhere else. Why? Because your loyalty is where you eat. So my job provides for me, so I spend most of my time on my job. And this is just not my story. This is many of your stories out there. We have to spend our time on these jobs, and a lot of our time, a lot of our energy that our ancestors left that we talked about before is being invested or being used up by other people, because we haven't found a way to work or at least develop some type of employment within our community. And the thing we got to understand is that our growth, as far as economical, will not mirror anyone else's. So we're going to have to work with this and work, you know what I'm saying? And also another piece of that is, once again, developing the troops to protect it, and also developing the political clout. Because family, building money, like for example, building money up and getting your money up without the politics to protect it is like having unprotected sex in a brothel. You're going to get burnt. You need those politicians to go and look out. You need those politicians to let you know and to bend policy towards you, or at least keep the policy from hurting you, as well as being able to activate the protections, the actual physical protections, when it's needed. So I'm opening up the lines. Calling in 614-556-4535 is call-in lines. I'm gonna leave it open a little while to see if anybody want to call in and join the conversation. We are on Kujichagulia. For us, it's Gye-Nyame, but as far as Kwanzaa, we are in the principle of Kuumba. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shit, maybe 1 year we be able to do all 7 days. You know what I'm saying? Because Brother Allende brought this point up to us, because he be having some brilliant ideas. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, we need to rent out the convention center for all 7 days. We can even have a new year, bring in the New Year Eve, bring in New Year's You know what I'm saying? Up there and have people coming from all over the country just to come to celebrate Kwanzaa with us, because we could make it that big if we wanted to. We had an opportunity here. I mean, really, Columbus we are in a hot spot. We are in a hot spot. Let alone, I did think about this. How many of y'all know that Ghana is one of the sister cities of Columbus? Anybody out there know that? Ghana is a sister city of Columbus. What does that mean? There are trade opportunities that we are not able to take advantage of because, you know what I'm saying? It's trade opportunities out there that we're not able to take advantage of because we don't know about it. You understand what I'm saying? Guess what shea butter is made? So what if we was to be able to use some of these politics to get shea butter over here duty free? I'm just saying. And I know y'all be like, brother, Tim, you're always talking about the shea butter. This is why I talk about the shea butter, family. Listen to me. Every black person in America, at least. Because I told y'all the story about my wife. My wife never saw ash until she came to America. Thought she was sick the first time she saw it. It bugged me out. But this is real shit. We got a market that we are giving to other people. We allow other people to get it. We have an ash problem. So I'm just saying, as black people, we don't need to buy any products. Ash is an opportunity, not ass. You know, because we got a bunch of pimps out there. Ash, A-S-H, is an opportunity around which we could build up a staple. Like, for example, if everybody in Tawi, everybody in Gye-Nyame say, listen, if you part of this collective, everybody that was at Kwanzaa, if you part of this collective, you will no longer buy any skincare products produced by a white company. Preferably, you will buy your shea butter from one of us, somebody in our circle. Like I say all the time, I never seen a Chinese person buying rice at an African store. I'm just throwing that shit out there for you. Right? Never seen a Korean buying their hair care products at a black hair care product place. Never saw it. Never will see it. So there are things that we could do to start funneling money back to us. Along with, because I'm not one of those that say reparations is the only way. Reparations is a golden grail. I mean, it is a major piece. But there are small things that I believe that we could start doing within our community to alleviate some of the tension around us. Alleviate some of the stress. Because it only takes a stubborn minority of us to really start making get shit clicking economically, politically, and socially here. Sister Cynthia say, yes, and Sister Fire has partnered with some artists, foundations, higher education in Ghana, as well as relief programs. We look forward to expanding this to the diaspora. Also, put up the link for Saving Grandma's House so that people can go and we can start funneling people in to support that, because I'm waiting for my next payday. You know, I wanted to do it for y'all before Kwanzaa, but shit happened before. So I want to be one of the ones that's on your list to support in that effort, because they got a project going right now. So if you could post up the link for that. And there's plenty of things that we could start really as a group start doing. Why don't y'all call in and give me some ideas? Give us some other ideas, because our tribe is not limited to Columbus. We got people listening in from all over the world. From all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And you might be able to see something from the outside of the United States or the outside of Columbus that those of us that are here are not able to see. Right? But I want to say this, family. because I get I'm very touchy about my ancestors. Let me explain what I mean. Because we'll often get people that call in and be like, well, we never did this, and we never, and we're so disorganized, and Listen, I ain't on that shit. If you call me with that shit, we're going to have a real issue. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to take you off the line, because this is the reason why. Because if you really, really take some time, and I'm not throwing shade, but then I'm throwing some shade. Take some time and stop studying just the ancient history and study your family history, right? Study what happened to us here. How all these black folks ended up in Columbus, Ohio. In Ohio, period. And why we live in certain neighborhoods. And why it appears that there's an expressway running through all of our neighborhoods. And be able to expand your studies beyond just talking about Black Wall Street and realize that Black Wall Street was not a singular thing. It wasn't just a group of people that, it was magically put together and all of a sudden they had it. No, you will be surprised to find out how many Black Wall Streets there were and how many of them were destroyed. So the whole economic piece we have already done. Some of them kept going all the way damn near up into the 70s. But we won't talk about that. But a lot, it's hard to maintain them now. It's hard to even find them now because the history has been hidden from you. And we have to really look at what we've been going through here and why it's important that we start training our children, not only for some of these technical trades, not only for some of these traditional trades, right? But also for the trade of politics. Just saying. So I'm just like, family, we got to build, and the only people that could do it is us. I mean, certain things we got to demand from our government, because that is our government. Because if you paying taxes, that's your government. Sorry, if you was born here and you ain't got nowhere else to go, that's your government. So we have to have certain demands on our government, but at the same time we have demands on our governments. We have to start preparing ourselves. There's a lot of healing that a lot of us got to do. There's a lot of sick black folks running around here. So Sister Cynthia posted up the Cash App for Sisterins of Fire, as well as the PayPal for you, opportunity to be an impact investor today. She got it up, so go and check out the link. And those that are out there, if you can't, because now this is another way you can help. For those that can't necessarily directly support, you know what I'm saying, share it. You know what I'm saying? And in many ways, be honest. Look, I don't have the money right now. I'm going to do it later, right? But I think this is an important project that I think that those on my timeline can help with. We got to start learning how to use this whole social media piece, because is some of this bullshit is, or as I like to call it, fuckery, is able to spread over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Some of this fuckery porn is able to spread over the internet very quickly, and some of us have to start once again taking control of our moment. And like I said, for every one fight that you might share, if you do that type of shit, or why not share one positive thing that's going on with us? You know what I'm saying? In the schools, they say for every one negative comment or every one negative correction that you do with a young person, you should supplement that with 3 to 5 positive things. And I'm saying, family, for every one negative that we might post up, you know what I'm saying, I'm only asking you for one to one that you can share. Because some of y'all got massive connections on Facebook. Some of y'all, what they would call, I think the term is like a maven or something like that. Some of y'all are mavens on the internet. Some of y'all just by you saying shit, you make shit pop off. You know, help some of us that are not mavens like that pop off. Like and share. Come to Gye-Nyame Journey, like and share. Say, hey, I can't get up every morning and toast with them, but hey, this is a good concept. So said, yes, please do like, share, friend us. Please speak to the importance of circling our wagons. Family, listen. So, in 2019, one of the things I kept on saying was, as a tribe, we need to go on and start circling our wagons. We have a lot of interlopers, a lot of carpetbaggers that are able just to come into our community and put on their garb, and all of a sudden, they're black now, just for this period of time. You know what I'm saying? We need to really start circling our wagons and shit, in a sense, start registering motherfuckers that's in our community. We got to be clear. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's coming to a time, because if everybody else is circling their wagons, politically, economically, they're circling their wagons, and the only place that they're going where they know, because I want y'all to understand, y'all black gold. You don't even understand this. When those stores, those corner stores, are basically mines where they come in and extract the wealth from you. It's better than a gold mine, because you're going to want your grippos, and you're going to come back with your money. You're going to need your black and milds. You're going to need your beer. You're going to need your cigarettes. It's like a gold mine. Oh, you want one cigarette? I know it's illegal, but here. Shit. Quarter for, you know what I'm saying? I'm only paying a dime for each cigarette that I sell. Shit. Here. A quarter, yeah. They are extracting wealth. So we need to start circling our wagons. Start knowing who's on our team, so that we can really start, in a sense, because this is another importance of being able to circle the wagons. When we circle the wagons, we not only have the power to accept people in, we have the power to exclude as well. You can't be here. Your level of fuckery, you're not allowed here. And I think that's a power that a lot of us don't want to have to deal with. That's something that a lot of us don't want to have to deal with. But I'm telling you, once we start establishing the economic framework, the economic floor for our tribes, and our tribes start working together, and we are able to form a real community. So then, because this is what's going to happen when it start happening, right? People going to start doing monthly dues type things to different organizations. So then we're going to be able to come together, and we're going to be able to throw a Kwanzaa, a Martin Luther, a Malcolm X celebration. We're going to be able to really put power into these festivals and invest in it, and really allow people to come and really feast with our family. Have a good time. They have quality entertainment, and other people are going to start coming in. Government is a business. That's government. You know what I'm saying? Without forced taxation. It's something that you participate in, but you also have the power to exclude. No, you can't come here. You can't come here with that shit. But it's the community. But you're not part of the community. What are you talking about? But I'm black. See, being black is not enough anymore. Being from Columbus is not enough anymore. We have to circle our wagons, and we have to be clear on who are allowed within our borders, who is not allowed within the borders. Just teach us true that, because think about it. When it comes government, not only repair the roads, but they also protect the territory. That's why every city has a police force. Every state has a National Guard. The police is the military of the city. The National Guard is the security for the state. And all of them fall up under the control of the governor of that state. Their job is to protect the borders as well as quote unquote maintain order within their territory. We have to start defining our territory. And since we don't actually own some physical territory, we got to start owning, in a sense, our cultural territory. Dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because, it may even get to the point where motherfuckers, because, like, for example, if you look at some of your younger brothers that do this. Look how serious some of these brothers take the flags. A lot of y'all look at them and say, they're just rags. But they are on to something. They are on to something that many of us became too sophisticated to understand. That's tribal shit. You don't disrespect my tribe. You don't disrespect my tribe. Right? They have flags. If you have not earned it, and they know you ain't earned it, they snatching that shit away. If you cannot defend it, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Masons. Everybody can't just walk up into a Mason meeting. You got to know certain shit. And even if you're a visiting Mason, you got to know your shit before you even walk in the goddamn door. Everybody doing this. Everybody. But us. We open to everybody. Come on in, everybody. Grab a seat. No, it's cultural. Unless we have an open door festival or open door celebration to bring other people into the fold, there's certain shit that anybody just can't walk in. There's certain meetings that everybody don't need to be part of. And once again, it gets back to when you circle the wagons, this means that everybody don't get the goddamn, everybody don't deserve to talk. Because you'll have because some of y'all been in meetings where you have motherfucker that you never seen in your life all of a sudden come and have a whole bunch of input about something that you have invested the last 3 years of your life into. Wait, I never seen this motherfucker. Oh, that's JoJo. He comes in every night. Well, JoJo need to shut the fuck up. Where was JoJo when we was putting all this, all the last 3 years we've been putting stuff together? And that shit get frustrating for outside members. I want you to think about that shit. The psychology of that. I've been working this motherfucker and all of a sudden JoJo could come in and he got some say so. He ain't did. I ain't seen him do. Is he even paying dues? Has he paid dues? Has he been initiated? But I'm using a lot of words that a lot of people don't like. Dues, initiations. You mean I gotta pay something to rap? Why not? You don't get those red bottoms for free. When you got Gucci, you rep it. When you buy an Apple computer, guess what? You have been initiated and you have made the proper sacrifice to your God so that you can sit up there and have your Apple sticker on your car and have your fancy little Apple device. You team Android or team Apple or iOS? In some form or fashion, you got to pay your dues to be part of those. Come on now. So why should our culture be any different? Hell, you want to be Chinese? You got to pay to learn. Those of you that's escaping, even in Islam, one of the commandments, one of the pillars is you got to pay tithe. What are you talking about? That's a culture. I mean, a lot of people say, but when you really look at it, that's a culture. Hell, some of y'all churches are cultures. Y'all just don't realize it. And y'all willingly pay tithes or tax. I mean, shit, I'm quite sure tithes and taxes have similar roots. Not in our community, brother. Not in our community. You just come in, you can say what you want, say how you feel. No, but I mean, really, one of the things that is a passion of mine is mythologies, religions. So when I say Apple is a god, right? A lot of these brands that we have, we're not just buying them, we're worshiping them. Family, and let me be very clear with you. You could tell what a person believes in by where their money flow. Let me say that again. You could tell what a person worships by where their money goes. So motherfucker put on all the garb and all that stuff and pay a little bit of money for that. But then you just watch where a lot of their time and a lot of their money really go to. That lets you know really what they worship. That lets you know what's the God and what's the center of their life. See, because I need you to understand, it's just in recent times that religion just became something that you was able to express on one day of the week. For thousands of years, motherfuckers was fighting to the death to defend their fucking religion. And if you walked into their town and you didn't belong to that culture, dog, they was burning you at the stake. I'm just letting you know. Only now, in quote-unquote modern times, can we walk somewhere and actually just think that we're serving a deity or serving our God once a week. I'm just dropping in. I want to say thank you for streaming the Kwanzaa celebration. You're welcome. I live in BK, Brooklyn, and I don't see unity with black people where I live. It really hits me hard watching y'all come together. Family, like I said, we on to something. Y'all, I mean, and it's been going on here like that for years. Cynthia, nah, I get it. That's the premise of the book, TV show, American God. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And people are making sacrifices for this stuff all the time. But I want to thank Miss Merkava for stopping in. I'm glad. And like I said, we did 5 days. So hopefully you was able to catch up on some of the days. And I want to say Habari, Gani to you today. And I want you to know that there is something popping off in Brooklyn. You just have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to get off and find them. Because I know some people in Brooklyn. I just don't. It's been a while since I've been there. Because New York kind of scared me. Because you got to pay to get in and pay to get out. Something happened. Columbus, I could just jump in a car and drive away from this mother. New York, I gotta drive. It's like going to an amusement park. It's kind of scary to me. It's like I just paid to get into this motherfucker. Sister Regina is on. I have long felt that part of our community are in desperate need of rebranding. This was touched on a bit during Nia's panel. I mean, we definitely, and for those who don't know, you go to the live stream. We streamed the panel because it's like we have, not only do we have to rebrand it, we have to, in a sense, start learning to protect the brand. Everybody can't just rock up under our shit just because they look like us. You know what I'm saying? We need to be able to start asking questions. Like, for example, who your elders? Who you come up under? You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own, nigga. I don't need to be, well, nigga, you don't need to be in here then. No, you don't get the mic. Get the fuck up out of here. Who you with? Who are you? We don't want to ask questions like that because that's uncomfortable for us. But we need to start developing that, especially for those individuals who want to be propped up as leaders or want to be in the front of things and do stuff. Who the fuck are you? I don't know you. Why should you go? Who can vouch for you in here? Anybody? Who willing to put their life on the line so that you get up here and do the fuckery you do? Who is your sponsor? You see, because back in the day we had families that people came through. So in a sense, we still got that because, like, I'm going to be able to recognize your nieces and nephews because they've been involved with this since conception. Just like you're going to be able to recognize my daughters and you're going to be able to speak to them in a way that other people are not going to be able to speak to them because you have a relationship. Y'all have a common bond that's called the celebrations or the cultural stabilizing holidays, and she know that you're going to see that if she is out of hand or he is out of hand and he's one of mine, and you check them and they come back at you in the wrong way, either you gonna put hands on them or you gonna call me and hands is gonna get put on. There is a consequence for that shit. We don't have consequences in our community for fuckery. Where the fines? You know, the shit sound crazy, and it sounds, but the point is, we, in a sense, believe that community should be free, and it has never been free. Even back in the day, we would have to set up the perimeter of our community and protect that perimeter, whether it was from other tribes or whether it was from wild beasts coming in, presenting a danger to everybody else in there. Come on now, this is how you can't have a town if you don't have borders. So how are you going to have a community without some type of border? And be like, well, you get tribes, and of course you get tribal warfare. But what happens with that? That's where the elders come in. All right, just said, I mean that we can reach our people, we can grow our tribes with better branding. Right now, there are too few in line for vetting. We need a rebrand to grow the pool of... She's still typing. But shoot, she getting it in. We need a rebranding to grow the pool of tribes. Now, but there's a lot of people out there that don't really belong to any particular tribe. Like, for example, one of the reasons I say in Gye-Nyame we make our own elders because we haven't had an elder that has been developed in Gye-Nyame yet. We have adopted elders, right? But Gye-Nyame is going to produce its own elder as a tribe. Why? Because that elder, right, because eldership for the ranking system that we use don't just come because you age into it. It's certain shit you got to do. And because eldership is in the sense of rank, it's certain shit you got to do before you get there, and then you have to be voted in. So that's why when people look at me and be like, you know, because I had a brother comment on one of the shows I was on and said, why he calling Kaba elder? He an elder himself. No, I'm not an elder. I haven't completed the task within my own tribe or reached the age or even had a vote yet. You understand what I'm saying? Even though most of the people that's in my tribe, it came up under me because they would know better. Man, this nigga ain't ready for no hell no. You still running, you still talking crazy. We need for you to calm down a little bit and raise some more money. Bring some resources, and which I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? But we have the pools. Like, for example, I believe that every elder should have a nation builder or two. And every nation builder should have 2 to 4 warriors that are directly responsible to them. We got enough people for that. There's enough people for that. You know what I'm saying? And then also by us doing commerce, it will make it more appealing so that other people will want to come in. Because like I said, if we get 100 people to adopt Kwanzaa, like I said, and we throw a $10,000 Kwanzaa, 100 people donate $100 before Kwanzaa, so that the committee already know that's coming in. They could be like at the middle of the year, well, we got 100 sponsors plus the other money we raising. We call them the Kwanzaa 100. You know what I'm saying? Or we even imitate the movie 300. The Kwanzaa 300. They fought off the incoming army of white supremacy. Only 300 of them. Fought them off for days, for 7 days. I'll make up a whole story behind that shit. But anyway, so let's say just 100. 10,000. We'll throw a $10,000 Kwanzaa. People coming at the end, they feast. You don't think people gonna be looking at that like, how do I become part of that? I could become part of that. Well, y'all do this all the time because we got plenty of other celebrations that's going on.
You know that's his day.
You know what I'm saying? That we need to do it. So,
It's done.
Look at his shirt.
but anyway, I mean, but there's ways to do it. I agree with you. We do need a rebranding, but we need to be clear about what it means to be, like, for example, when I leave the United States, in order really to get out, first I have to have an essential invitation from another country or get a visa where they allow me to come in. A visa is basically their permission for me to come to their country. And two, so they have to do research on me. But also, when I want to leave the country, I have a passport. Passport describes who I am, where I'm from. Do we have that for our community? Because like I said, anybody could pop up at any time and jump up and be like, I've been down forever. Haven't I? And they'll look at somebody, and just because we don't want to hurt their feelings, we be like, okay, you been a kind of around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Rather than being saying, well, what's your credentials? What elder you came up under? Who your nation builder? Who's the person that's going to take personal responsibility for you? Like, for example, in Gye-Nyame, I got to take personal responsibility. That's why when some of the young people come, I'm like, fuck that, no. You better go talk to Devin. You better find somebody else to go, you know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't even bring Cleve in under me. Cleve is under somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And Sasha, I might sponsor Sasha, but Gina, we'll need to find her another sponsor.
What?
I'm sorry, baby. You're going to have to find you another sponsor. You know what I'm saying? But it would be best for one of the uncles or aunts to sponsor them in anyway. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. But anyway, okay, but is the tribe exclusive, or does the tribe have the same reach as Apple? Apple is exclusive. I'm just saying. I mean, really check out Apple. Apple is truly exclusive. They just got a bigger reach. Now, and my piece is, if you listen to my show, I know you do, I often talk about a stubborn minority. We don't need a lot. We just need a few committed to really get it popping off. We don't need a lot. Apple started small. Apple started in somebody's garage, and it became their culture. It became their deity and their bigger thing, and they worked towards pushing it to where it is. I'm saying we don't need to be worrying about Apple's size. What we need to be worrying about is how Apple was able to build a culture around it where people will be willing to go out and buy a machine that costs 2 to 3 times that of Lenovo or HP. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near the same hardware, but they're willing to be part of the Apple tribe. They're willing to pay more. Of course, Apple has deliverables that they give to them, but Apple is exclusive. Everybody, see, now as far as video and pictures, I would love to have an iPhone, but you know what? I can't afford an iPhone, and plus, iPhone's memories don't do what I do.
And you don't do iPhone.
I don't do it. That's right. And then Sasha said, I don't do iPhones. But far as picture quality, iPhones are the shit. My fault. OnePlus is pretty good too. That's what I'm using right here. So, but anyway, but Apple branding makes people want to be part of it. But at first, people didn't want to be part of it. But then Apple branded themselves and rebranded themselves and rebranded themselves. See, because I want y'all to remember, where was Apple as far as compute? Now, I'm going to tell you this. When I used to walk at Ohio State, when I first started going to Ohio State, all the computers were Apples. Then something happened where Apple started going down, and then all of a sudden, regular PCs started coming in. And Apple, for a long time, whether y'all know it or not, was falling off. But then Apple rebranded itself and brought out a new device that nobody had ever seen before. And everybody started either trying to copy it or tried to buy it. Called the iPhone. So Apple went through some of the same shit that we're going through right now. Like you said, that whole rebranding. And as a tribe, as a village, as a community, we have to be clear on what are the benefits that we bring to somebody beyond just helping them feel good. You know what I'm saying? Can we bring some actual cultural lessons that they can apply to their life right now? Can we provide them with some connects that can help them with employment now? Can we have individuals that are able to intercede for them in certain situations? I mean, what value can our tribe, can our community, can our village bring to people other than just the feeling good? The celebration is one of the things, because we pretty good. We mastered the whole Kwanzaa piece and being able to put together these holidays with little or no money. But what else can we bring? You know what I'm saying? Because Apple provides their worshipers, for lack of better words, with value. I pay this money, I get this, and then I get to feel good because everybody else in here using the PC, you cheap bastards. The language you're using sounds so alien to me in the context of organization, but I feel this will really help us in the future for us to come together. You got other social media. Yes, ma'am. Right now it appears that you are on the YouTube. We are on Facebook. It's Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Also, just if you look up the hashtag, hashtag Daily Toaster. Because family, we need to understand that the whole concept of the organization that we look at, the whole concept is based on tribes. We have always done it. It's nothing. Shit, we better at forming tribes than most people. Right? And that tribe has a staple that helps it maintain itself. That tribe works together to produce something that makes it possible. And then when we start interacting with other people, our tribe will find something that the other tribe would need, and they will find something that we need, and we will be able to start trading. And with us starting to trade, what that would do is that would allow other types of money or other resources to come into the village. So now I could allow tradesmen or allow trades to start developing, because now I got individuals that have, because we got outside individuals paying into us or making trade with us, I got time to let people go and start mastering what they do. You understand what I'm saying? And from that, we move into something else. And maybe we extend who we trade with. Culture is based on commerce and trade. Clothing, even think about the clothing. Think about the clothing. Clothing requires somebody to make the thread it's business. It's business. These businesses that we think are so complicated that these idiots get in and blow up are basically just tribes, and some of them are bigger. Like Apple is no longer a tribe now. Apple has hustled its way up to nation status. Shit, they're the first company with $1 trillion. So we got small tribes that are able to find what they are good at and able to motivate the people within their tribe to produce a product that makes it possible for them to get paid or make it possible for them to eat. Same thing. Same thing as hunting. Some tribes was good at hunting. We could send 4 or 5 people out and know that they're going to come back with some food. So the rest of us could do other things. Hell, they going to need shoes. So, for my meat this week, I'm going to produce them some shoes. Wheels turning. So who is invited to be a member of the tribe? Who's being identified as prospect for initiation? Who's a persona? Now, we could do both. Far as membership, people can request, and then you could also have a group that's looking for people to bring people in that have certain talents that need it. So you don't have to stop it like that. But what we do have to be clear on is the process through which an individual could come into the tribe. Like, for example, in Gye-Nyame, there's certain things that an individual has to be able to do. You understand what I'm saying? In Tawi, there's certain things that, but I don't necessarily see Tawi. Tawi doesn't fit up under the title of, they do now. But the goal for Tawi is to grow into an actual village. And what a village is a group of tribes that are able to live together, that can trace their lineage, or even, because I don't want to say lineage, because then we get into the blood piece, because a lot of people can't. They're able to trace the mental lineage, in a sense, their mental lineage to a certain place. So Tawi would form a village under which tribes could form. So an individual could come into your tribe, but still, in a sense, would have to be accepted into Tawi. And you can, and the tribes should be able to do that process. Because when I originally wanted to connect Gye-Nyame with Tawi, the whole goal was to connect my group with a group of elders, because all they see is I'm the oldest. In many cases in Gye-Nyame, I'm the oldest person, until Kwame came, and then Elder Renee. You know what I'm saying? So for years it was just me. But me hooking up with Tawi gave me a group of elders that, in a sense, could say, all right, cool, they part of your tribe, they pass initiation, so we know that they're good on that level. But what is the task that it requires an individual to become part of Tawi once they have come through one of the tribes? So now, as a tribe, Gye-Nyame has a certain responsibility to Tawi financially as well as duty-wise. So Tawi needs to be, for me, Tawi needs to be an umbrella under which other tribes form. And elders, in a sense, are, the whole Tawi piece. But then all those that already came through Tawi, like I said, some of y'all might need to go out and start some tribes of your own. Because, like, for example, you have a different expertise, so you're going to attract a different type of person. You understand what I'm saying? So what would it require for somebody to be able to sit and be around your children? See, because when we talk about tribe, we talk about forming family, right? My girl's mad at me now because I didn't let them go over with Jasana. But I know if once I let my kids go over there, they say, why? That's tribe. Right? I knew I wasn't going to want to go nowhere today. That's why we doing the daily toast at 8:20 right now. You know what I'm saying? But, so like I said, not only does it need rebranding, but we have to be clear on what we're doing. See, because a battle that I ran into for a long time is I had to let individuals know that, this is a tribe. And they couldn't comprehend it. It was hard because we doing so many things and, boom. No. Your responsibility is to the tribe. Now all the other shit is extra. I need you to understand that. Your responsibility to the tribe. So now because I have come in to Tawi and other members of Gye-Nyame have come into Tawi, now not only do we have a personal financial responsibility, we have a village financial responsibility. Which means that, in a sense, stealing words from mafia movies, we have to be earners. You know what I'm saying? In many ways, it's the same way with Simba too, because, like, for example, for me, respecting the Simba tradition, it was certain things that in order for me to even take the name Gye-Nyame, because Gye-Nyame, if you look at Gye-Nyame is one of the major pieces on the shoulder. For a long time, nobody could get that name. As far as tribes, I said, shit, I want to use that, blah, blah, blah. Did some negotiations, did this, did you, boom, boom, boom. Gye-Nyame. You know what I'm saying? So we're now part of a whole national network. But one of the pieces that because how can I put it? A lot of our organizations depend on outside sources to fund them rather than developing the network within and producing something of value that we can exchange. right? That's why I'm talking about the e-courses. That's why I'm talking about the books, because like everybody in Gye-Nyame has to create a book to give to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Are we studying our own information? Are we studying our own stuff? Are we developing the thought processes? It goes deep. Because I want you to understand this. Tribes, if you go to any country where you still have tribes that have not been touched by the Western world, their depth of knowledge of their environment would impress any scientist, because they have perfected the art of living, and they have perfected the ability to pass that art of living in their environment to the following generations. That shit is not inbred. They initiate those individuals so that they can have the same talents. What I'm saying is taking that from that type of institution or that type of tribe and transplanting it right here in our own cities. And being able to look at the sciences or look at what we need. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I stumbled on the ambrosia. I'm like, damn, everybody needs this. So I provided for my tribe. I provided for my village. You know what I'm saying? And I said, boo, so now my goal this year, because now this year I'm in and on where I don't have enough buckets in order to give all the orders that I need that's popping up tomorrow. So now I have to expand. So I want to be able to expand. I want to be able to expand that business. And Gye-Nyame can be known as the tribe that produces that product. And what happens? So now I could take one of the young men that's in Gye-Nyame and be like, look, you need to learn how to brew. So you need to come over here and help me. I need help with this. I'm getting older. I need to do that. Hold on. Do you think that we are economically or financially able to manage money and uphold villages' tribal structures? Yes, I do. A simple proof. You might not know where there's a group that's celebrating Kwanzaa in your area, but I bet you could find a Christian church. Black folks have been managing money and managing and making shit happen with so little for so long that we are not qualified to do the impossible. We have the skills. We have all the skills. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this. We're so good at it that everybody else is using our skills to maintain their tribes. We definitely have the skills. Without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and oh yeah, currently, because have you seen the sizes of some of the churches? And how long some of these churches have been around? Even if they struggling. Currently, she says, or would a period education reprogramming, you're absolutely right about the churches. That's all that is a transfer of knowledge. That's a transfer. You know what I'm saying? We have old institutions in our community, right? That are models for what I'm talking about right now. Not total, but at least on the economic and maintaining the land and shit. Like, we have those institutions, which tells you that we have the ability to do it. And in many of our circles, we have church children who got frustrated because the church wasn't moving forward anymore, that are in our communities that know how these institutions work. So without a shadow of a doubt, we could do it. Without a shadow of a doubt. Now, it won't take the place of us demanding reparations, because that's a whole nother discussion, because we're going to get that. We getting that. But my point is, we don't have to wait for that. We're going to start making shit happen where we are right now and start building. Relieve some of the pressure, build up our forces, build up our strength, train our young people in our ways, so that then when we say, listen, because this is the point I want to be. When I'm 75, I want to be able to walk into a court for some shit and the judge look at me and be like, brother, what? Dismissed. What are you doing here? Oh, how you doing? I didn't know you was a judge. You told me. Y'all gave me the scholarship. What? Sorry. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Then he say the prosecutor is one of us. What? Look at the symbol. I ain't gonna give away what the symbol could be, because we already got it in works. Oh shit. Didn't know that. Hell. You know what I'm saying? We can start training our people in our cultural piece, our cultural framework, and put them in political positions. We got the next 50 years to be working on that. So not only are our children coming and learning their history, they're learning how to apply it. So we're not teaching you about Mansa Musa, we're teaching you how to be Mansa Musa. We're not teaching you about Dr. John Henry or what some of the lessons of John Henry Clark. We're training you and giving you the ability to be the next John Henry Clark. You know what I'm saying? We're not, you know, we have those skills, we have those abilities, and in many places we have the space. What do you mean, Brother Hatem? I started my shit out in my living room years ago. Started my tribe in my living room. I just called a meeting. I got tired of it. I said, shit, I need to do something. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, I was kind of tasked by some of my elders as well. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And then, like I said, by us getting into positions, you know what I'm saying, and by us working with certain things and certain people and doing certain things, we now have a massive amount of space. We don't own it. But hell, that's just a matter of us making a conscious choice as not just a Gye-Nyame, but as a tribe, as an entire village. We won't own that shit. But we haven't made that decision yet. But yeah, we have the skills. I mean, just think about some of your friends and some of the shit they do for some of these big companies. How many of y'all know motherfuckers that don't even have accounting degrees that are actually managing books for major corporations? How many of y'all know that they don't call them secretaries no more, but how many of y'all know people that work in those positions where they know all of the secrets of these companies? Because that's what a secretary is, keeper of secrets. How many of y'all know people with lawn care businesses that can maintain the land of anything that we got? We have people working in every area of nation building right here in Columbus. And if we have it here, I know you got it in New York. I know it's in Atlanta. I know it's... And all we got to do is turn over about 2-3 hours a week to us. In New York, there's so many different groups from different countries, and my community has kind of bought into the integration gentrification as normal. That has been devastating to my country. So now, you're not alone in noticing that. There's other people who are homegrown like you that feel the same way. Not to mean that y'all have to be or just get rid of, but y'all do need to formulate a group around your culture. When I say our culture, I'm talking about those of us that are ADOS, American Descendants of Slave. And I know that term is divisive now, but it's a clear definition of those of us that were raised up here, came up here. We are part of the soil, and we should have a place, a protected place. And until we get the government sanctions, we got to start learning how to protect it ourselves. So we can't really buy into the multiculturalism because multiculturalism never really bought into us. They don't really accept our culture. They don't accept us. All right, they could be loving and stuff, but it's like, a lot of people kind of look down on our plight. Y'all were slaves. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever really want to talk about what it took for us to make it through what we made it through. And the amount of sacrifice. We got to understand, family, as a people, we got to understand. We had individuals that could have not only took the whip, beat everybody on that goddamn plantation, but they suffered so that you could be here today. They did it because they did not want your great-great-grandmother to have to suffer the wrath of them losing their temper. I want you to understand. There was individuals who sacrificed their whole life so that we could be sitting here talking right now about what we talking about today. And I ain't just talking about metaphorically. I'm talking about actually. Actually. Right? Because I want y'all to understand, one of the major things that'll stop a lot of men from doing some of the things that they could do is that they have a lot to lose. Because they already know that the enemy we're facing don't play by the same rules that we would play with. For us, children and shit is off limits. For them, they have already shown us. They have shown us through our 400 years of what we've been through that women and children are not off limits in war. That was always a rule for us. We are dealing with a whole different beast here. So I do some shit and my children could suffer. And I want you to understand that this is some of the stuff that some of your great grandfathers went through here if you've been here for over 8 generations. Come on now. I graduated last year with a major in business and a minor in computer science, and the devastation in my community and my family has put me on a back foot. I'm not going to lie, sir. This crap is yeah. But now, this is the challenge. This is a challenge for you, family. You in New York. You have to build a tribe. You have to build yourself a support system, or like you're doing now, reach out to other people in other places that are doing stuff very similar. And there's other people in New York that's listening to Gye-Nyame. There's other people that's doing things very similar to this that could bring you into a circle of people that will be able to kind of lift up your spirits and get you vibing in a way that could help you. Sister Regina says, Bob Marley comes to mind. I know a place, my sister, and I recognize and agree with you about place. We started with our grandparents' house. So, like I said, and you're not by yourself. That's part of the strategy. Right? They keep us quiet, they keep us silent. You know, you feel that your thoughts are strange, so you don't share them with people. And sometimes you're going to get cussed out, or you're going to find the crazy people that's going to tell you other shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you have to be steadfast in what you're learning. Right? Steadfast in what you're learning and move forward and start building your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm on here every day. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if you need encouragement, we wake up in the morning. We ain't do it this morning. But we usually wake up in the morning during the work week, about 5:15 Eastern Standard Time. We pour libations every morning to our personal ancestors. We building from there. Got to start somewhere. I've seen too many great orgs lose momentum waiting for a big center. What about our ancestral property? Very true. Somehow I lost the chat on YouTube. All right, family, listen. I didn't mean to stay on this long, but it was a pleasure talking with y'all. Everybody out there, man, shout out where you at. We know Miss Merkava, I think, am I saying it right? Merkava? Let me see. Merkava is in New York. And we know where Sister Regina and Sister Cynthia are. But there's other people out there. Let us know where you at. Shout out your city. Shout out your family. Shout out your name and shout out your tribe. What's going on out there? All right, family. Like and share. You know what I'm saying? Go to you. Check us out on Gye-Nyame Journey Media on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Also, check out the merch store. Also, I forgot to throw up my free e-course. Let me throw up my e-course. I need to throw up my e-course. I don't know what's going on with me today. Free e-course, where I talk about tribe building. Shit. Here we go. I'm going to post it up. I know y'all like, man, you should know your own I know it. But I have to write it a certain way or it won't be accepted. So let me go on and put it in. HTTPS https:// I'm learning. Boom. I think I did that right. Let me make sure I did that right. Yeah, I think I did it right. Forget it. Let's just put this in. www.freegnjecourse.com. See if it posts up. It ain't let me post up on, damn. No wonder. I did it wrong. www.freegnjecourse.com. Go and check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it worked for you. Alright? Alright, this is Brother Hatim. I'm out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And with that, we say peace.